listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keven. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's The Pauly D Project After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's The Pauly D Project After Show.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Pauly D AfterBuzz TV Pauly D After Show. And what? Wait a second. Roxy's not here to help me.
My matzo ball is not here.
Bing is for doing, and
Okay,
today...
Yes,
help
Bing
me.
is for
Here we
doing.
go. Let's do it. Bing
is for doing, and we are doing it.
Another episode of Pauly D.
Wait. Shh. All right, who's gonna? Jessica, you try it. Jessica
Bing is
Kingpin.
for doing, and today we're doing another AfterBuzz TV episode, Pauly D Season 1, Episode 2.
All right, too many
But
episodes.
before
No,
we
not good.
Do,
All right,
anything else.
Bing is for doing, and we're here
Shh.
doing it in the studio
Wait.
for AfterBuzz TV Pauly D Project Episode 2.
All right.
Season 1.
All right, thank you, everyone. Here we are. It's Season 1, Episode 2, The Sweet
That's what I
Life.
just said. You're like, too many episodes.
Yeah, you said
gonna be a lot for me to learn here.
We're doing an AfterBuzz episode for the episode.
This is where it's hard to please Kevin.
I know.
No.
There's no pleasing.
I'm without Rookie.
Hardest
He hasn't
boss
had his
ever.
popcorn, and he's just a little...
Let's not get into that now. Okay.
I can't wait to know who
By
you
the way,
guys are.
Yeah, thank you, Keven Kwoww
There
Undergaro,
we go.
along with Jessica Kingpin King, and across the table we have.
Sassy Gabby. Hey.
And we have a special guest sitting in for Roxy Rookie Stryer, who could not be with us tonight.
Yes.
We have
Hi, I'm Jenna Busch, J Busch.
Jay Bush.
I thought it was
Bush.
Burning Bush.
Were we gonna do Burning
No,
Bush?
we decided
Okay.
on J Bush. I
Yeah.
think.
Jay Bush. Okay.
Yeah.
Switch
Well,
it off.
here's the thing.
I'm fine with both.
Here is the thing. Why don't our iTunes fans help us out? Should she be called Burning Bush? What kind of Bush name should she be?
You're gonna say
And
Burning
listen,
Bush.
Bush.
Shh, one at a time.
While we're talking about iTunes, we got to say, first of all, thank you for the people who have been commenting and rating our show.
Yes.
We bring you a really good Pauly D after show. I know that because even when I watch the show, like I'm texting with you guys, like, man, I really enjoy this program. So do us a favor, iTunes, we want you to comment, we want you to rate, and we want you to just be part of this AfterBuzz family, because that's really how we do it around here.
And we shouldn't give our viewers the option of choosing a Bush name. It should be between the two that we've already chosen.
Oh,
Yes,
that
it's
gets
between
right.
the two.
I'm
feel
having
like-
an identity crisis. I need help. Please help.
Yes.
Okay.
Burning Bush, go.
All right. So we're here for the show, and I tell you, I'm very happy for Pauly D.
And I think
I've turned around. I really like the show.
This episode was so much better than last week's.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we've all agreed that it's gotten better, and the third one's going to be even better than the second one
Yes.
based on the previous.
The promo looks hysterical.
Yes.
I'm dying to see it actually.
Yeah, but this one was good. I mean, it was nice to see where Pauly D came from, like his hometown. I kind of liked that aspect, where we see his house, and it's kind of interesting.
Well, we saw more of it. We did see it last week, but last week was
But
much
there's
more of a
more,
setup.
yeah.
We actually now
Got to see inside of everything.
Yeah, inside.
And
And I find
I-
it amazing that he actually is still living at home, being like who he is now.
I actually was kind of surprised by that. He's kind of adorable. And one of the things I like, I grew up with people like this. He's very into his family and he's very into his dad. And I thought that was really
Yeah.
sweet.
Well, he mentioned last week that he's living at home because his dad just had a stroke. But I thought it was cool. We were all talking about how, obviously it's still like his childhood home and whatnot, but it's definitely been spruced up a little bit. He has a pool table in there now.
A tanning bed.
There was like
so
a room
bad.
for his shoes. He had a huge wall of shoes.
I want a room for my shoes.
Yeah.
I mean, he took his whatever. It seems like it was the house he grew up in, but who knows? Maybe he bought a bigger house for him and his dad. But
I don't know. Did you see the outside?
Yeah,
I think that's where he grew up.
But there's
kinda looked like it.
but wait a second. There's
saying.
a lot, but there's still a lot of space in there. He's converted a lot of the space. Like that closet was not a closet. They don't have walk-in closets back there in a house like that. That was a room that he converted, and then he has another room that has the pool table and the tanning salon,
right?
The tanning bed, and then he has the other room for his like living area. So I wonder if he didn't just buy a bigger house in his neighborhood, which a lot of those hometown guys do.
I feel like he probably just like put an extension on the house, if anything. And
It
like,
didn't look new. No,
it didn't look new.
I have a background in construction.
It looked like the pool table could have been where a dining room would
Exactly.
be.
Yeah, definitely. No one really uses dining rooms
Yeah.
anymore.
But anyway, we love that. We love the idea that that's who he is. We see he is really torn. That there's no camera. I don't think there was any, as we always say here at AfterBuzz, dick in the soup. I don't think there was anything phony about his goodbye with his dad. That seemed very genuine.
Yeah.
And I think it just, seeing him and a lot of these guys, it reminds me of what I say week to week why I love the Jersey Shore. Because at the end of the day, even though a lot of the kids on the show are goofballs, against the other crazy reality shows, I think they're all good kids. And I see it with him. I see what a good kid he is, to see how he's with his dad. And not to jump ahead because we're going to talk about Vegas, but I just will say this: when he lands in Vegas, the humility of him seeing his name in lights and being excited, you don't see that. The big thing in Hollywood is act like you've been there. So people like the sunglasses, the big entourage, like, oh, of course my name's up there. It should be there. It's all.
Right, but you see that
no,
moment.
but the fact that he's like, oh my God, look at me taking his pictures. You don't see that much. In fact, Maria Menounos, our beloved creator of AfterBuzz, she's like that. She's like Pauly. She's, oh my God, she gets all excited. And all the other celebs that I see around her, big glasses, nose in the air. And I have to say, I love this about Pauly.
You know who I could compare the Jersey Shore attitudes like after the fame to? I would say even like American Idol. Those people, like Kelly Clarkson's still very humble. All of
very
those
sweet.
Absolutely.
Very Idol, Carrie Underwood, like all of them, they're
Well, no,
very
not all of
humble.
them. A lot of them are actually pretty nasty.
I think
with
the ones
terrible
that
attitudes.
have been successful, I mean, or
we
maybe
always
I'm
say
wrong.
it's never a coincidence.
But I think some of them. Or Jordan Sparks, Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah,
Those
absolutely.
types
She's
of people.
definitely- yeah.
I always say in the long run in Hollywood, if you stay like that, you'll keep working.
Yeah.
Will Smith, I had the pleasure of having 2 dinners with him, and just to see him, just talks like a regular guy,
Yeah,
friendly to
everybody says
everybody.
good things
He's
about this
amazing.
No, I've interviewed him a couple of times, and he's always incredibly gracious, really, really friendly, and remembers your name. Who
Yeah.
does that in
No,
Hollywood?
incredible. And also, Clooney is the granddaddy of all of it.
Yeah, we love
Yeah.
Clooney.
He's so-
Everyone loves
everybody.
Clooney.
Oh, yeah.
But in the long, Dustin Hoffman, I'll never forget. Maria did an interview with him. He came into the room. He shook everyone's hand. The camera crew, PAs, whatever, asked them their names and remembered their names, like you're saying. And then I've seen ones that are just absolutely nasty. But I have to say, in the long run, the guys that continue to work are the guys that have that attitude.
Now, can I ask you a random question, being that
And by
you've
the
been
way,
in
it's
this
not,
industry?
and it's, yes, please, but it's not all. I think I've heard Situation, on the other hand, is the one with the glasses, kind of, like.
But he's always
Because
been like
Try
that.
to-
he's
Yeah.
always been like that. He's not one of those like genuine people. I
Yeah,
feel
I've interviewed him a couple of times, especially towards the beginning, and that was sort of
And
the
he's an
impression that I
act,
got.
too.
Yeah.
Which is-
yeah.
He's an actor
He
when
is.
he does his
He is.
interviews.
He thought he was famous before he was famous.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So we should give him credit for that, for not
Situation.
changing. All right. So what was your question?
Well, I just wanted to know, being that you're in this industry and you've been in it for a while, if these people that have their noses in the air, if it's because someone tells them to be like that, they think they're supposed to be like that, or they feel entitled.
My experience, because we've had people tell Maria that, say, God, you got to diva up, Maria. Oh, Jesus, you're too friendly and huggy.
Wow.
And we've but I think at the same time, no, most of these people, I feel like they act like that. It's just in them.
And why do
just
they
in them.
want people to become divas?
Because you have more boundaries, you get more respect. You don't get taken advantage of as much. That's the whole thing. And Maria's always like, I don't know how to be like that.
Yeah.
I am who I am.
Yeah, I think also a lot of times it's because people sort of feel like if they look like they don't really know what's going on, they don't really have the same cachet. If you look like, oh, wow, I'm so excited, my face is on this key, then, people look at them like, oh, you're new.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you, I'm rarely out at events with Maria.
Yeah.
And by design. And one of the reasons why I'm not is, I'll go and they'll put all the management and reps together. And there I am with all of them. I stick out like a sore thumb and they all act like they've been there. They're all just chilling with the cool clothes and they're ordering people around. And I'm just like in the corner, just kind of sitting there with
being a nerd.
Exactly.
That's why I love you guys.
Being a nerd.
Like,
But the iron, and when I step back,
yeah.
I know, I'm very blessed, and I'm not being braggadocious, but I have more than all of them. Like financially, I'm far more successful than all the ones that are in these places. But man, they totally play it up. The bottle service, this, that. I need this, I need that. What's up, dude? And I'm just like, get me out of here.
Well, I'll tell you, from the press side of it, on my side of it, the actors and the talent in general who are really nice and who remember your name, that sticks out. And so when you're writing stuff up, when you're thinking about who do I want to be a guest on my show, those are the people that you bring in.
Right.
It's funny. We have a few friends that I've seen make the transition into big fame. And, Maria, that's one thing, she always coaches them. She's like, listen, whether it's extra or access or zap to it or, whatever it is, get to know their first names and don't throw them shout outs, do all that stuff. They love that, and they'll remember you. So, but anyways, I see this about Pauly. I see this about Pauly, and it reminded me why I love the Jersey Shore and the show. And I love what I'm seeing here. I love seeing the house. I love the fact that he just pimped out his old house and was, with the tanning bed and the pool table. I love the fact that you can see he's generally close to the dad. I love seeing Biggie and Mary Jane.
And now actually going to the whole Pauly D and his dad situation, how do you guys feel about him having to choose between following his dream and his passion versus his dad being sick and taking care of him? Yeah.
I was thinking about that too because he said all in the same sentence, he was like, Dad, make sure you eat, I'll call you, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, I hate leaving my dad. And then it was like, bye, Dad. So it's like, especially after he just had a stroke, I feel like, I don't know, because I'm such a big family person also, I kind of wanted to see a little more I know his mom lives down the block and whatnot, and him maybe kind of looking out for his dad or making sure there's going to be someone there or something like, I've set this up for you and make sure you do that. Just something a little more.
He might not, but, might not be in him. Again, my dad, to make it, not to bring it about me, I know fans hate when I do this, but my dad had cancer, and I was in the same boat as head writer at MTV. And it was like I took as much time off as I could. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm sure the father is like, this is your time. You have to, you're not going to you can't in Hollywood say, okay, not next year, that deal will be there. It won't be there.
Your parents don't want to hold you back.
Yeah,
a good
parent would want you to.
Who unconditionally love you, they want you to go. And what I've seen from, family members having to take care of sick family members, some people have it in them to go, you know what, this is what we need. I need a hospice person. I need a schedule. The nurse is going to come in the morning. Okay, auntie, whatever's, there are those kind of people, myself. And then there's others who just okay, well, I brought a cake. They just don't. And you know what, and I've learned to just understand, there's people, you can't really fault him for that. He doesn't seem like that leader type, like that proactive.
Pauly?
Yeah.
Really, I could see him really taking care of his father. Although,
no, I could see him being sweet with the dad, but I'm saying, look at him on Jersey Shore. He's not the one who's taking charge, and situations trying to.
A Vinny would be the one
the emotionally attached one.
I think Vinny a little bit. Remember, Vinny made it young. It's gonna be very hard to see Vinny be.
Caretaker.
Yeah, well, Pauly also, you don't know what he set up outside of what we saw. And also, he did say in this episode that all the family is right around there. So it's not like he's leaving him in the middle of nowhere.
Tight Italian family. And you can see it oozes it. This neighborhood, they're all living on top of each other.
Literally.
And Biggie is in his family's house, and it looks like Mary Jane lives there with the family in the house. But
really?
I
kind of got that impression too.
Because all the clothes were stacked up in the room and folded, and it just it looked like
stay there a lot.
It looked like two people were living there.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I did. I guess so.
And and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, and I don't know what it's like in the New York or Jersey area, but in the Northeast, the Boston area, so many kids still just live at home with their parents.
Well, that's what I just thought that it was like, he lives with his parents. His parents accept her, so she's just over there all the time. That's like my brother still lives with my parents, and his girlfriends are over there all the time and have clothes there. Like when I come home to visit,
right, but same difference. We're talking about the same thing. They're over there all the time. Like that's what I'm saying about a family thing.
Yeah, no, I'm Long Island based, so.
So am I.
Right. So
I had no idea. That's so funny.
And between the basements and things like that we have back there, it's just like everybody. It stays home, and
I think there's a lot here, from where I'm from, that there's a lot of people that live at home, but usually those are the ones that are either unemployed or like.
I'm sorry to say,
that's usually what it is.
The Gweeds like me.
Guidos that
the
stay
Gweeds,
there.
we always stay at home.
Then I have tons of friends that like live in Astoria or Manhattan that are working and stuff. So usually it's like you grow up in Long Island and you move to the city.
Yeah, I went from Long Island to Astoria. Same thing. But I think also
that's a very Jewish thing. The Italians.
It's Italian too.
I'm Italian.
Wait, okay, so what? So you actually got out. That's interesting.
I'm the only one.
Most of us told you. No,
big Italian. You left your big Italian family at home.
I did. No, but all of them except for my sister in Boston. Every single one of the rest of my family live within a couple towns of each other.
I have family who has said to me, "How dare you?"
Yes, me too.
Leave your mother.
That's so true. That's how they talk.
Oh yeah.
You're a disgrace.
Yeah.
A disgrace.
But they're not saying that anymore, Kevin, right?
Yeah.
No, you know why they don't say it anymore?
Because they don't talk to you. They've disowned you.
Because they would still, that's their moment to gouge you. So
It's funny.
So I love seeing this, and I love how Biggie he's going to be the father figure of this show. He's really sweet with his girlfriend. You can see him at the nightclub.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah,
he stopped having fun on his night to take care of the others.
He's keeping the train on track, So we go to Vegas. We see Pauly sees the sign. I'm excited about that. We go into the night and we see a party. And to me, this party reveals who all these guys are,
right?
And what's going on with them. Let's start with Jerry. You know that this guy was overweight his whole life,
He was so insecure,
and he has a guy, and. I mean, maybe I don't want to say that because I feel sad. I feel I empathize with him. I mean, when you're overweight.
Honestly,
he said it though. He said when that girl asked him to kiss her, he was like, "It feels so great. Like I'm not just this fat guy that's like hanging out with all the boys."
I know,
yeah, that was really sweet.
I know,
actually.
but I don't term that as insecure as much. It's like I think he was just nervous, and he was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this."
It's an exciting thing. Like you're a new person. You're like born again. I mean, I think Ronnie in the booth could actually comment on this because he went through a whole process, right, Ronnie?
Ronnie, how much weight did you lose?
At my heaviest, I was like 310, 15.
And now you're like what, 296?
No.
294?
He's like
the lowest I got was around like 165 or whatever when I was really working at it. But now I'm balancing like 185, and that's kind of who I am. And
Ronnie.
No, but I do. When I watched the Pauly D Project after hearing you guys do your first after show, I was interested in the characters, and I do definitely relate. I relate because Jerry, the first thing he says when he goes into the pool, and he was kind of a C block. I get it. He did do that last episode
because he was the old fatty, but new Jerry.
Yeah, and the thing is, he was the old Jerry, and the old Jerry has to be comedic, and it's hard to be sexy as a big guy. It's just you certainly become a different person when you lose all that weight. So I think Jerry's storyline is going to be one of my favorites.
A lot of discovery with him.
And tonight you could see that he was genuinely caught off guard when that girl asked him to kiss her. Instead of just going in for it, he had to think about it. He was like, wait, why do you want me to kiss you?
Did he think really? Because I feel like he told his friends because he was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like someone's actually interested in me right now.
But his response to her was, why do you want me to kiss you?
Meanwhile,
I was never, like, most guys would just be like, okay.
Or he could have been thinking like, why didn't you say, I want Pauly to kiss me right now?
Right. No, and so I love
that as like some
So I love that, and I love him, and I totally root for him.
Yeah, she said, I think you're sexy. Did you see his face?
Yeah,
I actually thought he was good looking too this episode.
Yeah, totally.
I did.
And you know what was great? It was great. I think it was Ryan who high-fived Biggie. Yeah. So they're happy for him. And so there's that sweetness when you Jenna, it's your first night sitting in with us, but one of the things I talk about is I look at some of the housewives shows, and these women are heinous human beings.
Yeah.
They hate each other. They hate their kids. They hate themselves. Mm-hmm. And the Jersey Shore, there's there's a sweetness under it all, and I know I get like missiles thrown at me all the time, shot at me for saying that, but I'm seeing it again on this show, and that's why it reminded me why I love the series.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I grew up with that sort of thing, and I have seen all the Housewives shows, and I totally, you have these people who say that they're best friends, and they're backbiting each other. You can just see it in their faces when somebody
nasty,
like oh,
catty.
You look so thin. No, and you see this, that it doesn't matter what kind of fights they have. These are people who are always friends. And I think that makes a huge difference. I prefer watching something like that.
Yeah, no. So I'm,
Agreed.
and we're gonna see more of it. We're definitely gonna see Biggie cleaning up the mess. We're gonna see Jerry discovering what it's like to be thin. But let's talk about Ryan.
Oh,
Ryan's an
Poor
actor.
dear.
There's a reason why his title is the
Social
director. Hello,
Well,
on.
I'm going to go a step further. What my take on it is, we know he's the one who gave Pauly his break at the Providence Club. He was
Ultra, wasn't
he was
it?
booking talent there. It seemed some job like that, and he gave him his first gig. I'm wondering if Pauly, Northeast guys were very loyal. I'm wondering if he didn't do that.
He wouldn't be on.
Sorry,
Pauly's
wait.
show.
You hear that, West Coast guys? East Coast guys are very loyal.
We are very
Sorry,
loyal.
just had to repeat that.
And West Coast guys just don't care. Except Adam Carolla. He's very East Coast. So
Adam Carolla's team is
but
cool.
because his parents are East Coast, that's why. His dad is. But if I'm wondering if he wouldn't be on the show
If it weren't for that.
If it weren't for that, because I'm
Like he owes
questioning him in his role in this. Like it feels like he's been brought along. He's a drunk. I mean, not a drunk. He's an alcoholic. You don't drink like that unless you have a problem. And the fact that he goes, F Pauly, he can suck my dick.
Yeah, I wouldn't think you'd want to say that if he's paying your bills.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, I think
Well,
too,
that's
like-
all, okay. So that's stupid, but beyond stupid, it's actually really pretty shitty
It's disrespectful.
to a friend.
Yeah.
Do you know? It's like, who are you? You're
Yeah.
the social director. You're so unnecessary.
I know,
in
and
this
causing
equation.
trouble.
And-
I mean, he's causing trouble.
Yep.
He's out there drinking and getting into fights with people. It's
Right.
not really great for the image.
Yeah.
And they
So-
all keep saying, Ryan gets wasted and he does shitty things, and then the next day he just apologizes. It's like a cycle. And for most people, I know for me, if after a certain amount of times, like, I'm sorry, I
off.
I have to.
You're
cut you
actually
off,
healthy.
But
No,
I mean,
the old me,
for-
I had nothing like that in my life. Now
Really?
I cut it off. But most people don't. We keep it around. But here's a question for the table.
not me.
Not
Is,
me
is,
either.
is this really, again, you guys, are the cultures healthier?
Yeah.
Catholics, Italians, we're not. Very dysfunctional.
You're right, actually.
Yeah, we are.
That is a true
No,
statement.
Total failures. So
Not failures, just dysfunctional.
yeah, very dysfunctional. So no, I tell you, I've told Ian Kaiser Sose, who does this show with us every now and again, who is very Jewish, and I just have such Jew envy because they just run their shit well.
Yeah.
They run
we know how to do it.
They totally know how to do it. I bow. But here's a question for the table. Do you think that Ryan is maybe not as close with them, and Sally Salsano and the team knew he'd be good TV, and that's why he's insinuated into the show?
I kind of think so. He doesn't have the same vibe with them. I think that everyone else seems to have this connection, and he seems to be sort of on the outside, and everyone's very quick to say, well, screw him if he's going to say these things to me.
But I also feel like he's probably been dealing with it for a while. Like, I feel like they've all experienced his ways of being for a very long time, because I'm sure Pauly's been working with these dudes for a little while since Jersey Shore took off, working on his career before he got signed with 50.
But I think there's also a testament. I know, Jenna, you didn't see the premiere last week, but when he was introducing all the guys, he was like, Biggie, he's my mentor. We've been DJing together for years. Jerry, he's one of my best friends. He's our security. Ryan, he's a social director.
He didn't. That's all they said.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm not
remember.
surprised.
I feel like there wasn't like an elaboration.
So you think he was insinuated because he is he's good TV?
Yeah, and it could be this kind of thing, maybe they've become like cool friends over the past couple years, because like you said, I'm sure they've been working on this for a while and working together for a while, but they definitely needed, another addition to the entourage.
The drama, too.
And
I feel like I feel like it may have been a combination of good TV, and it's probably Pauly did remember coming up, and that particular club in Rhode Island, this was the guy, the promoter, which was Ryan.
Yeah.
And Pauly, they all came together to make sure that he'd be the one to be on the show. It was that loyalty. I feel like it's a lot of that, and it's a lot of this guy's a loose cannon.
I agree.
Let's put him into the entourage because that's what they needed.
Yeah.
But I mean, as a promoter, it's like, how can you be normal? Like most promoters are
true.
like crazy.
But if you didn't have Ryan on the show, like think of tonight's episode. Like I don't think we're ever gonna really see anything super crazy from Biggie and Jerry. Like they like to have fun, like to go out, but they're also very protective and very aware. And so if we didn't have Ryan, like that was the majority of the show, and that's what kept it interesting, is that we saw him get drunk in the beginning, and then at the end when he got drunk again, I think all of us were like, oh, there's the shots. He was chugging a bottle of Kettle.
Yeah.
Like, we all had a reaction to it, and that's exactly what they want. If he wasn't there, it would just be a night in Vegas with like the kissing thing and
a bunch
whatever.
of nice people together doing nice things.
But I also feel like Jerry and Biggie, like they're going to be the humor in this whole show.
By the way, so let's talk about this is the definition of great wingman.
Yeah, I know. That's where I was going.
I screamed. I must do my pad at the TV screen because
he really did.
The drunk girls.
When I saw how the drunk girls were handled, who would want wingmen like
them
that?
into the taxi.
They were like,
that
Pauly,
was kind of amazing.
Okay, Pauly needs to be with this Asian chick. As he said,
who just left her friend. By the way, I was like, are you kidding?
No,
me?
but no.
Vegas,
wait a second. It's Vegas, but
true.
also
It's
Jerry
true.
looked her in the eye and said, "I will get her." But this is what great wingman.
Yeah.
Normally that would ruin a situation. Great wingman steps in. He knew Pauly wanted to get his DTF on, and he was like, "Listen, I will." He looked her in the eye. I promise you, I will get her in a cab. I will get her home. And we see him physically pick her up like a rag doll and put her into the cab.
Oh my God.
So funny.
Stopping to puke on the way.
And the amazing wingman, off she goes so Pauly can get his business. And by the way, for me, a good example of these girls you see at a club, like looks like a 9 at the club, and then she just turned into a 6 in the light.
Actually, no, what I said inside, and I'll say it again, she was decent looking. Pauly, though, his choice of women is very weird to me. Like, the ex-girlfriend's not that pretty. Very nice girl, not that pretty.
Wait. Ex-girlfriend was before he was Pauly D.
Yeah, okay, but
He was
then...
Paul Del Vecchio.
The girls they bring home...
If you went to all of our ex-girlfriends,
they bring home in the Jersey Shore... The Jersey
That first
Shore.
season were totally lame.
All the
before
girls
they
that
were
Pauly
famous.
brings home, all of them are disgusting.
Yeah.
You know,
And
they never have good choices.
But we've said there's not a lot of nice-looking girls down
so
there.
are we surprised? You could
That's
tell
kind
in the
of
club.
true.
I'm
but
sorry.
in Vegas, we were talking last week about how
In
they were
Vegas-
going to be stepping up their game and getting hotter girls, and
No, I'm sorry.
not-
By
And
the way,
he was fine with it. He was fine with it.
But do 9s and 10s want to sign a release to be portrayed in that way?
No, they do
Some-
not.
See, thank you, Jenna.
especially if they're not,
Nines
if they're
and
going to be
tens.
called Asian Girl the whole episode.
Right.
Right. They
Right.
shouldn't have a name.
9s and 10s that are actually doing things with their lives? No. 9s and 10s that aren't doing things with their lives? Yes.
There's
they
a
would
Really?
love
But-
that
but
5
you
Ton
just-
of 9s and 10s in Vegas that I'm sure would kill to be on
Yeah,
that
there's
show.
a lot of
Yeah,
Vegas
that's true,
girls
that's
that
true.
are
No,
just
there are
like
some.
working on the strip
All
or
right, so
something.
what?
Like,
So
I'm
you
sure
think?
they'd be
So you really think it's Pauly's taste?
Yes,
Hey, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
it is.
And so you think
You know,
that's all?
I think
My only
that's what
question
he's
is
into.
it his taste?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think he has the say of which girls are allowed to come up and which ones aren't.
Yeah, because they were behind a cage.
Yeah, like I'm
Yeah.
sure he could have picked anyone that was probably dying to talk to him, and he chose her.
But I also
so.
know, like, again, the last time I was in Vegas was Phil and I were shooting something. That we were shooting a TV show and with a bunch of girls, and we went to a VIP party at one of the high-end clubs. And I have to say, like, I just didn't see that many. And it was a high-end bar. I don't want to say the bar, but it was sometimes the VIP room. It's like a fishbowl effect. Like everyone's excited to be in it, but then you're in there and you're stuck in there, and you kind of stuck
Unless
with what
you bring
have.
people in.
Well, then you have to try to rope people in. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it is just his taste.
But I feel like in Vegas, hot girls that are there with their friends don't get VIP. They just walk up there when they see tables of guys.
Yeah.
They get reeled in. All right.
Oh
anyway.
yeah, and even the bouncers bring them in.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah, no,
security
they
will
totally
go in.
do.
Well, you do, yeah.
And their own wingmen, like, hello, Jerry could have walked out and been like, all right, come here, you, let's go. Like, they do that all the time.
It might be his taste.
Shouldn't the social guy be doing that?
Yeah,
I
or
know.
Ryan,
Oh,
but-
please.
Social director.
Yeah, social director should be
Blacked out.
procuring the ladies.
By the way, special shout out to my friend Larry Fink, who
made an appearance in the episode.
Yeah.
made greeting Pauly D at the Palms, and nice to see all the Pauly D swag all over the place.
Everywhere.
Very happy for him. All right, so let's go to commercial, and then we'll do news and gossip and predictions.
AfterBuzz TV.
Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And, like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about? AfterBuzz TV News.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to keep the AfterBuzz TV news and gossip to Jersey Shore based because that's our baby, and
But we'll still
do
right?
Pauly D, but
Right.
there's always going to be so much more Jersey Shore news, so I'm going to still include
Okay.
it.
Yeah, they're
Hope
always
that's
on
okay with the fans.
in the media.
The big news of the week, I don't know if you guys heard, but the situation is out of rehab.
Yay.
Woo!
So
Yay,
excited.
Sitch, good job.
We bumped into the unit, and he said he has no idea about the next season. He's like, we have to wait till Mike gets out. Now
Yeah.
Mike's out, so we'll have hopefully some news.
Well, according to TMZ, Mike checked out of Utah's famed Cirque Lodge on Wednesday and was spotted at a nearby airport to board a flight back home. He, of course, immediately took to his Twitter while referring to himself in third person, typical. He tweeted, "The situation is home. I just want to thank everyone for their support and words of encouragement. I'm back, stronger and better than ever." He reportedly hit an all-time low while filming the latest season of the hit MTV show Jersey Shore, with his substance abuse problems getting worse during his time in Seaside Heights. But now, Mike's biggest challenge will, of course, be testing his own willpower when he returns to film the next season during the summer. Vinny did a recent interview with Bing Showbiz telling them, quote, "I know people who go through things like this and are fine, so it depends on the situation that he's in. We don't know if it's going to affect the filming. We'll find a way to make it work. We're a family. We like to have fun. It's not that serious. We like to have fun and hang out, and I think we'll make it work."
Well, I know he was actually stopping at the airport to shake hands with fans and take pictures. That was actually also up on TMZ, which
Yeah.
was so. It seems like he's got a good attitude about it. So
Well, it's
He's not
interesting-
paranoid.
Yeah.
That's what we know. He's not paranoid.
It's weird to me that Vinny would say it's not that serious because it is a kind of serious
It
situation.
It's very. They
Yeah.
pulled back and said it was for exhaustion, and I think that's to protect his brand because he doesn't make money if he's not drinking and partying.
No, but then I read in a magazine today, actually, a new one that just came out, that the exhaustion, though, he was taking painkillers for the exhaustion, and that's what he got addicted to, painkillers and the alcohol because
And
of
our
the
own
exhaustion.
Roxy Rookie Stryer, if we could pull the tape.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
she
She
it's
called
funny.
seasons ago called it right out to the exact drug.
She called every single word that is written in Touch, Us Weekly, all of it.
Everything.
She said everything.
Yeah.
First, exclusive here.
Like all, yeah. I was just gonna repeat what I said.
Well, I still think that part of it he knows by going is good publicity to keep his brand alive, and I think we talk about it every week. Yeah, he's Sitch is in a little bit of trouble right now. He's got the fame, no question, but Snooki's growing. She's going on with other things. Now we see what Pauly's doing. I don't know.
Well, maybe this will be a chance for him to turn it all around.
Maybe, or do something different.
Yeah, but it's like all they do on the Jersey Shore is drink. So how is he going to survive the next season not drink? How is he just going to have fun and be a family without drinking?
And he's also not very close to those guys anymore.
At all.
He just isn't. Yeah, no.
I'm surprised that Vinny said like nice things because usually Pauly's kind of just like, oh, well,
Mike's kind of
weird. I wish him the best.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it'd be sort of interesting to see what happens if he goes back on and he has to be sober and everyone else is still partying.
Oh my God,
Oh,
that's not going to work. He'll be
No.
depressed the entire time.
But I mean, it would be.
And we've all seen depressed Mike on
Yeah,
the
we have.
show, and it's not fun.
No, he's depresses everybody else.
Well, regardless of whether or not Jersey City is embracing JWoww and Snooki while they film their spin-off show, one thing is for sure, Jersey City has the potential to rake in more than $4 million in revenue once the show airs, according to Stephen Gorelick, executive director of the New Jersey Motion Picture and Television Commission. Gorelick told NewJersey.com that Seaside Heights brought in between $4 and $6 million thanks to increased tourism and interest after the show's notorious antics became a hotspot for travelers. Jersey City could go through the same limelight if the show taps into the same fan base. By the way, the new spinoff officially has a name. It's called Snooki and JWoww versus the World.
Wow.
Interesting. There's no Laverne and Shirley in that.
No, it's pretty contentious. What do you think? Do you think the world has a shot?
No.
Now that she's pregnant, definitely not.
Okay, good. What else?
Well, Dina insists that she hasn't had any plastic surgery, but an Orange County plastic surgeon says he doubts it. Dina has been quoted as tweeting, quote, "Just to let you know, I have not had any plastic surgery. Yes, in the past, I have had a nose job, and I am not against plastic surgery at all. I have thought about getting it redone to round the tip, but haven't yet, and don't know if I am. I am not afraid to admit I got plastic surgery, so if I do, I'll let you know. I thinned my eyebrows and lost weight thanks to the fresh diet and learned how to do my makeup. Lighter eyeshadow brings out my eyes, and highlight under my eyes gives an effect of higher cheekbones. The end. That's it. If I get a nose job, I'll let you know. However, Dr. John DeSea, a plastic surgeon in San Clemente and Orange, looks at her photos that we're showing right here, and he took a quick inventory of what he interprets as additional plastic surgery. He says, quote, "Her veneers are a bit bright for my taste. Any brighter and she won't need headlights on any car she's driving. Looking at her image, I see changes in her upper eyelids and brown position, as well as her upper lip, and maybe her facial folds.
Yes.
I'd say she has upper eyelid surgery, probably a forehead lift, and facial fillers."
Yep.
She's definitely had fillers. You can absolutely see it. And her teeth are not the same.
And she used to have, her two front teeth were longer, and now they're
Her
even.
teeth are totally different.
But
and
I don't
her
think
lip.
she probably considers teeth surgery for her.
That's true, but
She
look
probably
at
doesn't even
her
consider
top
that.
lip. I mean,
Yeah, the
But a
lip.
lot of people don't consider fillers plastic surgery, so you technically can say, well, I've had no surgery.
Yeah.
I've had needles stuck in my face, but not
That's
surgery.
true, because it's technically not surgery.
Yeah.
So somebody should ask her, have you had needles injected into your face?
Yeah.
And then let's see what she says.
well, I guess we'll have to keep up with her Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, two of the Jersey Shore boys landed magazine covers this month. Pauly D, no surprise, and Ronnie are the April cover models for YRB and Dub magazines, respectively. Both also pose for extensive spreads inside the pages of the publications as well. Pauly D decided to switch up a bit by exchanging his usual graphic tee for a well-tailored gray pinstripe suit.
Love it.
On the cover of Dove magazine, Ronnie still looks his same old boring self and poses in front of his new whip, an Audi R8.
Oh, I like the R8. Very nice.
Haters love me, by the way. So, that's hot.
Peace.
I used to have that car back in the bling era.
Until Ronnie got it, you didn't
It's a
want it
nice
anymore.
car.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah.
Now I have a Prius.
That's not what you
responsible
drove
of you.
up in.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you driving a
Okay,
Prius.
Kevin.
I do have a Prius.
Meanwhile, he drove up
Oh,
today in a
that
BMW.
stays in your
No,
driveway.
wait a second. The BMW is actually Maria's car. Her parents have the Prius right now. I'm not kidding.
And the van.
And the van. Hell yeah.
He saves energy with the
Wait,
Prius by not
we talked
driving it.
about vans. Okay, J-Lo and her boy Casper drove up in a van to the airport recently. That was in a magazine. So I guess vans are in right now.
I love
don't
that
know.
because I've been rocking them since the 90s.
The one that you drive every day.
You've seen my blue van.
Yeah,
the
but I've never
creeper
seen you
van.
actually drive it.
No.
I just see it
Van.
parked outside. So
Come on.
No windows. No just kidding.
Kevin's like, come on, get in my car. The windows rolled down.
He's whispering, "Come on, guys." Well, it looks like Snooki is finally embracing her pregnancy. She tweeted this picture and she wrote, "Pregger's power. I'll cut a bitch if you mess with my baby."
Okay.
So be afraid.
Be very afraid.
I am legitimately afraid.
I think you could see maybe a little bit of a baby bump there.
Tiny bit.
Yeah.
So she really is pregnant.
You guys, but there were rumors that Gianni's cheating on her. Did you see that, Jess?
No. I've heard this.
Yeah, there's been recent rumors that apparently, according to close sources, that Gianni's cheating behind her back.
Well, remember, Pauly D called it during
oh, that's right.
the last episode or so.
He was like, they both cheated on each other.
Yes, see? Oh my God, that's a scary relationship.
No.
I'm scared. I'm really scared for them and the baby.
Yeah. I'm scared for the baby.
Yeah.
Like,
You know
not
what?
them.
I'm most scared for. I'm scared for us, because if you do the math, we're gonna be done with Pauly probably in May, and they're not gonna start shooting until probably June, July.
That's why we need to make a trip to the Jersey Shore.
Which means we're not gonna be broadcasting until probably August, right?
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to jump on your
I
mob
think they'll
wives.
start.
Well, they'll be gone too. They won't be around. Oh, very funny.
I love the
No,
mob
but I mean,
wives.
I'm
I'm
really
obsessed.
gonna have withdrawals that we're not
You
gonna be
are.
able to do Jersey Shore
We'll
for a while.
figure it out.
But I was thinking we should try to infiltrate.
Brooklyn 11223, by the way, if you guys haven't seen it. I know I just caught a little of each
Oh,
episode.
and what do you think?
But
Gabby,
I mean, no,
show
it's not
is-
good,
yeah.
but
Not good.
I
too.
would watch it just to do an after show. Because I'm sure it'd be really
It
juicy.
would be great TV.
Yeah.
Okay, Ronnie, I think that's yes.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Well,
I always feel like it's Halloween when I hear that.
Yeah, because it's got that, like,
because it's
Halloween
scary. You never
music.
know. You never know what's coming.
it's a ghost.
All right, so next week, what are your predictions?
Next week
mean,
looks good.
yeah.
Gabby and I were saying
It's heating
I
up.
can't wait.
Yeah, it's heating
girls
up.
fighting over Pauly D. What did he say? Like, this just shows how crazy girls get over him or something like that.
Yeah, to like talk to him. The girl's literally, I think she was yelling at another girl. We don't really see it, but I'm pretty sure she's yelling at another girl because she's probably going to hook up with Pauly D.
Yeah.
And that girl wants to hook up with him. So there's like a jealousy thing going. And it's like, I feel like you see that all the time, probably like in clubs or when you're out and there's a celebrity around. Like girls will go crazy just to like look
Touch
at the
him.
celebrity, talk
Oh,
to
yeah,
the celebrity,
absolutely.
do anything to get near the celebrity. It's so weird.
But we haven't seen this with the
With
Jersey
Pauly.
Shore. So we're, as we said,
Yeah.
we finally have broken down the fourth wall.
Now we're seeing the fans.
Now
and-
they're admitting
yeah.
he's famous, and that's it.
My
That's
favorite
cool.
part about the clip is Ryan holding the chick back with one hand and
Eating
eating
pizza.
pizza.
That was
awesome. That was
I love
hysterical.
it.
Yeah.
Kind of classic.
All right, so we're excited. I'm hooked. I love the Pauly
yeah, I
D
think
Project.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah,
next
this is
episode.
actually
I'm
really
excited.
cool.
You know what? Jenna, thanks for sitting here with us. Jenna,
Yeah,
how do we
thanks
find
for
you?
having me.
How do we find you?
Oh, you can find me on Twitter at Jenna Busch. It's JennaBusch, like the beer, not the president.
Nice. Like the beer, not the president. Do you have
Love
that on your
that.
Twitter? I love that.
I don't, but I say that a lot.
I like that. That's great.
That's good.
And
Gabrielle_Loren on Twitter and on Facebook. You guys can add me at facebook.com/Gabrielle Loren with the number 1.
And you can find me on Twitter at I am Jessica King.
And of course, I'm at Undergaro. And I don't think, are the matzo balls reunited next week?
No, the matzo balls will not be
have
reunited
to
next week.
wait.
I know it's been really bad, like with my work schedule, Roxy's schedule, but she's gonna be back.
So
I think
Roxy's
next
back
week,
next
and
week,
I
and
won't
you're off.
be, but we'll be back together. The
Jenna, you're
following
welcome
week,
to
I
join
think.
us next week.
Hey, I'm happy to be here. I'd love to
it.
come
No,
back.
great
Love
insight.
Gabby
Great
coming.
insight. Okay, you guys, we'll see you next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later, bitches!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.